Jamal stood in front of the mirror in his small, cluttered bedroom, sweat glistening on his forehead as he adjusted the weights on the barbell. The faint sound of his favorite hip-hop track echoed through the room, setting a rhythm that matched the cadence of his heartbeat. Each rep was a step closer to his dream. A dream where a gym wasn't just a place to lift weights, but a sanctuary for his community, a space where everyone felt welcome and empowered. He was determined to create an environment that celebrated diversity, breaking down barriers that often kept people from pursuing their fitness goals. Just a few more, he murmured to himself, gritting his teeth as he pushed through the last set. The burn in his muscles was a familiar friend, one that reminded him of why he trained so hard. He envisioned the day when he would unlock the doors to his own gym, a place that radiated positivity and acceptance. Jamal's mind raced with images of lively classes, laughter echoing off the walls, and individuals of all backgrounds cheering each other on. After finishing his workout, he grabbed a towel and wiped the sweat from his brow, taking a moment to catch his breath. The vision of his future gym fueled him, but the path to make it a reality felt daunting. He knew he needed to take the first step, and that meant seeking out local gyms to learn the ropes and gather insights. With newfound determination, Jamal decided it was time to visit a nearby gym that had received positive reviews from friends and neighbors. He imagined himself walking through its doors, greeted by friendly smiles and an atmosphere that felt like home. The gym's vibrant energy and diverse clientele resonated with his vision. He quickly changed into a fresh outfit, making sure he looked presentable. "This is it," he whispered to himself as he grabbed his keys and headed out. As he approached the gym, Jamal felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. The building loomed before him, painted in bright colors that contrasted with the gray sky. Stepping inside, he was immediately struck by the hustle and bustle of people engaged in various workouts. The air was thick with the scent of sweat and determination, and he felt a rush of adrenaline course through him. "Welcome. Can I help you?" A young woman at the front desk greeted him with a warm smile. Jamal returned her grin, introducing himself as he expressed his interest in a membership and a tour of the facilities. "Absolutely. Let me get Chad, our manager. He'll give you the full tour," she said, her enthusiasm infectious. Jamal's heart swelled with hope as he waited, picturing himself as part of this vibrant community. When Chad finally appeared, he exuded an air of confidence, but there was something about his demeanor that set Jamal on edge. Chad's eyes narrowed slightly as he assessed Jamal, and the warmth in the atmosphere seemed to dwindle. "Hey there, I'm Chad. So, what brings you here?" he asked, his tone professional, but lacking genuine interest. "I'm really passionate about fitness and looking to join a gym where I can train and eventually help others in my community," Jamal explained, his voice steady despite the slight unease creeping in. Chad's expression shifted as he glanced at Jamal's attire. Simple, yet neat. "Look, no offense, but you don't quite fit the profile we're looking for here," he replied dismissively, his words slicing through Jamal's excitement like a cold wind. Jamal felt the color drain from his face, the sting of rejection wrapping around him like a heavy cloak. "Profile? What do you mean?" he asked, his voice trembling slightly. "It's just our brand, you know. We cater to a specific clientele," Chad said, shrugging nonchalantly, as if he were discussing the weather rather than crushing someone's dreams. The words hung in the air, thick with disbelief. Jamal forced a smile, trying to mask the disappointment that gnawed at him. "Thanks for your time," he managed to say, turning away before Chad could offer any more dismissive remarks. As he stepped outside, the weight of rejection hit him hard. The vibrant colors of the gym faded into the background, replaced by a sense of emptiness. He leaned against the wall, taking a deep breath, the cool air mixing with the warmth of his frustration. Later that evening, Jamal met his best friend, Mia, at a nearby cafe. As he recounted the day's events, the hurt in his voice was palpable. "I just wanted to be part of something, to help others like me," he said, his hands clenched around his cup. Mia leaned forward, her eyes fierce with determination. "Jamal, don't let them define you. You have the passion and the vision. You need to prove them wrong. Open your own gym, one that embraces everyone." Her words ignited a spark within him. The anger he felt shifted into resolve. "You're right. I'll show them that there's more to fitness than their narrow-minded views," he said, a fire igniting in his chest. As they talked, Jamal felt the weight of rejection begin to lift, replaced by a burgeoning sense of purpose. With a notebook filled with ideas and a heart fueled by determination, Jamal plunged into the world of entrepreneurship. He spent hours in local libraries and coffee shops, researching how to open a gym. The hum of voices around him became a soothing backdrop as he absorbed everything he could about business plans, financing, and community engagement. He attended workshops, each one igniting a spark of inspiration within him. One Saturday morning, Jamal found himself at a local community center, sitting in a circle with aspiring business owners. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air as a seasoned entrepreneur shared his journey. "You need to know your community," the man advised, his voice firm yet encouraging. "Find out what they want and how you can serve them." Jamal nodded, making mental notes, eager to connect with people who shared his vision of inclusivity and fitness. During breaks, he struck up conversations with fellow attendees. One woman, Lena, an outspoken personal trainer, caught his attention. "I'm all about empowerment," she said, her passion evident. "If we can create a space where everyone feels welcomed, we can change lives." Jamal felt a surge of hope. He was not alone in his quest. They exchanged contact information, promising to meet again to discuss their ideas further. As weeks turned into months, Jamal found himself immersed in this new community. He met with mentors, listened to their stories of struggle and success, and absorbed their advice like a sponge. However, the financial reality of starting a gym loomed over him like a dark cloud. Despite his relentless optimism, doubts crept in. He had saved some money, but it was nowhere near the amount needed to establish a solid foundation for his dream. One evening, as he sat at his kitchen table sorting through bills, his phone buzzed. It was Mia. "Hey, Jamal, what's going on?" "You've been quiet," she said, her voice filled with warmth. "Just trying to figure out how to make this gym dream a reality. But I'm not gonna lie, money is tight, and I'm starting to feel overwhelmed," he confessed, rubbing his temples. "You know you can do this, right? You've got the passion, and you're building a community. That's what matters," she encouraged. Yet, Jamal couldn't shake the image of Chad's thriving gym from his mind. It seemed to mock him, a reminder of the rejection he had faced. Several days later, as Jamal scrolled through social media, he stumbled upon a post that made his heart race. It was an announcement from Chad's gym, celebrating their latest membership drive. The glossy photos showcased a diverse group of smiling faces. But Jamal couldn't help but notice how the marketing still catered to a select clientele. A knot formed in his stomach as he thought of how far he still had to go. "Why does it seem so easy for them?" he muttered to himself, frustration boiling beneath the surface. Yet, rather than succumbing to despair, he took a deep breath. "This is my journey," he reminded himself. "I'm building something different, something meaningful." Driven by this newfound resolve, Jamal decided to visit a local bank he had heard about through one of his workshops. The bank had a reputation for supporting small businesses and community initiatives. He walked through the doors, the scent of polished wood and fresh paper enveloping him. After a brief wait, he was greeted by a friendly banker named Sarah. "Hi there. What can I help you with today?" she asked, her smile warm and inviting. Jamal hesitated, but the sincerity in her eyes encouraged him. "I'm looking to secure a loan to open a gym that focuses on inclusivity and community wellness," he stated, his voice steady despite the flutter in his chest. "Tell me more about your vision," Sarah said, leaning forward with genuine interest. As Jamal spoke, he felt a weight lift off his shoulders. He shared his experiences, his passion for fitness, and his dream to create a welcoming space for all. Sarah listened intently, nodding along. "I believe in what you're trying to accomplish," she said after he finished. "Let's see how we can make this work." Days turned into a blur of paperwork and meetings. But the moment Jamal signed the lease for the very gym that had once turned him away, he felt a rush of triumph. He was reclaiming his narrative, determined to transform that space into a beacon of hope and empowerment. As the sun rose over the city, casting a warm glow through the large windows of the gym, Jamal stood in the middle of the empty space, surveying the renovations. The walls, once a dull gray, were now being transformed into a vibrant canvas filled with colors that spoke of diversity and inclusion. He had reached out to local artists, each eager to contribute their unique styles to the gym. Today was the day he would meet with Malik, a talented muralist whose work resonated deeply with Jamal's vision. "Hey Jamal, I love what you've done with the place," Malik said as he arrived, carrying a large canvas and a bag full of spray paints. His eyes sparkled with excitement as he surveyed the area. "This space has so much potential. What do you want me to create?" Jamal grinned, feeling a sense of camaraderie with Malik. "I want it to reflect our community, something that shows strength in diversity. Maybe a mural that features people of all backgrounds working out together." "Absolutely. I can do something that embodies unity and empowerment," Malik replied, pulling out a sketch. "Imagine a scene where people are supporting each other, lifting weights, and sharing smiles. It'll be powerful." As they discussed colors and styles, Jamal felt a rush of excitement. This was the beginning of something special, a place where everyone would feel welcome. But the joy was soon tempered by the nagging thought of the resistance he faced from some locals. He had heard whispers of skepticism, fueled by Chad and his team, who were determined to undermine his efforts. Later that week, while hanging out with Mia, Jamal couldn't shake the feeling of unease. "Do you think I'm crazy for taking this on? I mean, Chad is out there telling people I can't do this. What if he's right?" Mia shook her head vehemently. "Jamal, you're not crazy. You're a visionary. The fact that Chad is threatened by you means you're on the right path. Just keep pushing forward. You've got this." Determined to silence the negativity, Jamal decided that organizing a community fitness event would be the perfect way to showcase his gym's mission. It would demonstrate that he was committed to inclusivity and fitness, welcoming everyone, regardless of their background. "Let's call it Fit for All," Jamal suggested to Mia as they sat at a local coffee shop. "We can have free classes, food trucks, and local vendors. It'll be a celebration of health and diversity." Mia smiled broadly. "That's brilliant. We can promote it on social media, and I'll reach out to some local influencers to help spread the word." As the days passed, Jamal threw himself into organizing the event. He reached out to local fitness instructors, arranged for food vendors, and even coordinated activities for kids. The excitement was palpable, and he could feel the community rallying behind him. However, as the event day approached, the whispers of doubt began to resurface. He overheard a conversation at the coffee shop, where two locals were discussing the upcoming event. "Do you think it'll actually be any good?" One of them scoffed. "I've heard Chad say that Jamal doesn't know what he's doing." "Yeah, I heard he's just trying to make a quick buck," the other replied dismissively. "I wouldn't waste my time." Jamal's heart sank at their words, but he quickly reminded himself of Mia's encouragement. He had to focus on the positive. When the day of the event finally arrived, the gym buzzed with energy. Jamal set up a welcoming booth at the entrance, adorned with colorful banners and pamphlets outlining his vision for the space. As people began to trickle in, he was thrilled to see families, friends, and individuals of all backgrounds arriving with smiles on their faces. "Welcome," Jamal greeted everyone enthusiastically. "Thank you for being here. This gym is for you, for all of us." As the day unfolded, laughter and chatter filled the air. Fitness classes were packed, and food trucks offered delicious treats. Jamal moved through the crowd, soaking in the joyful atmosphere. He could see people forging connections, breaking barriers, and supporting one another, exactly what he had envisioned. "Hey, Jamal," a woman called out, waving him over. "This is amazing. I never thought I'd feel so welcomed in a gym. Thank you for creating this space." Jamal beamed at her words, his heart swelling with pride. "This is just the beginning. Together, we can create something truly special here." As the event continued, Jamal noticed a group of teenagers gathered around a corner, trying out the equipment and chatting animatedly. He approached them, eager to hear their thoughts. "What do you guys think?" he asked, genuinely curious. "It's awesome. We love that everyone can come here, no matter who they are," one of the girls replied, her eyes shining with enthusiasm. "It feels like a real community." Jamal felt a rush of gratitude. Despite the challenges, despite Chad's attempts to undermine him, he was building something meaningful. The energy of the event was a testament to his vision, a vision that was finally coming to life. As the sun rose over the city, casting a warm glow through the large windows of Jamal's newly renovated gym, he stood at the entrance, taking in the sight of his dreams unfurling before him. Today was the grand opening, and the atmosphere buzzed with anticipation. A colorful banner flapped gently in the breeze, reading "Welcome to Unity Fitness, where everyone belongs." Jamal's heart swelled with pride as he saw the diverse crowd gathering outside, people of all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds, eager to be part of something special. "Hey Jamal, are you ready for this?" Mia called out, her voice cutting through the hum of excitement. She approached, her bright smile radiating encouragement. "More than ready," Jamal replied, his confidence bolstered by her presence. "This is what it's all about, bringing everyone together. I just hope they feel the warmth we've tried to create inside. You've put your heart and soul into this place. They'll feel it, trust me," Mia said, giving him a reassuring pat on the back. As the doors swung open, the scent of fresh paint and polished equipment filled the air, mingling with the chatter of the crowd. Jamal welcomed each member personally, making sure to connect with everyone who walked through the door. He wanted them to know that this gym was not just a place to work out, but a community, a family. "Welcome, I'm Jamal, and I'm thrilled to have you here," he said enthusiastically to a group of young women who stepped inside. "Thanks, Jamal. We heard great things about you in this place," one of them replied, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "We can't wait to start our fitness journey." As the morning progressed, Jamal facilitated various activities, group workouts, personal training sessions, and even a yoga class led by a local instructor. Laughter echoed around the gym, and the energy was palpable. It was everything he had envisioned and more. However, lurking in the background was Chad, his former rival, who had come to observe the unfolding success that Jamal had fought so hard to achieve. "Look at this place," Chad muttered to his assistant, a scowl etched on his face. "It's a circus. I can't believe people are actually falling for this. Maybe you should consider offering some discounts, Chad. It might help draw them back to our gym," his assistant suggested hesitantly. Chad's eyes narrowed, a wicked smile creeping across his face. "That's exactly what I'll do. Let's remind them what they're missing." Meanwhile, Jamal was blissfully unaware of Chad's brewing plans. He was busy mingling, sharing stories, and reinforcing his mission of inclusivity. The gym was not just a business. It was a statement against the very prejudices that had once barred him from the fitness community he adored. As the day wore on, the gym buzzed with activity, and Jamal felt a surge of accomplishment. Just then, he spotted an elderly man struggling with weights. Without hesitation, he rushed over to assist him. "Hey there, sir. Need a hand?" Jamal asked, kneeling beside the man. "Just trying to get back in shape after years of inactivity," the man replied, a hint of embarrassment in his voice. "I didn't think I'd be able to lift this again." "You're doing great. It's all about progress, not perfection. Let's work together," Jamal said, demonstrating the proper technique while providing encouragement. Within moments, the man was smiling, his confidence growing with each lift. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the gym, Jamal gathered everyone for a closing circle. "I want to thank you all for being here today," he announced, his voice steady and filled with emotion. "This gym is your space, and together, we'll create a community that uplifts and inspires. No one should ever feel excluded or unwelcome in a place meant for health and happiness." The crowd erupted in applause, a collective affirmation of Jamal's vision. Little did he know, however, that Chad was already plotting his next move, determined to undermine the sense of unity that Jamal had worked so hard to establish. "Let's see how long this lasts," Chad muttered under his breath, a smirk creeping across his face as he left the gym, already crafting a plan to lure members away with enticing discounts and false promises. But Jamal, focused on his mission, remained blissfully unaware of the storm brewing on the horizon. He had built something beautiful, and he was ready to defend it, not just for himself, but for the community that had rallied around him. As long as he had their support, he was determined to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles that lay ahead. The atmosphere in Jamal's gym was electric, but not all the energy was positive. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the workout area, tension simmered beneath the surface. Chad, the former manager of the now-defunct gym that had once rejected Jamal, had ramped up his campaign against him. Rumors spread like wildfire, igniting whispers among gym-goers and staff alike. Did you hear what Chad said? A young woman named Sarah, who had found a supportive community at Jamal's gym, asked her friend while stretching on a mat. I did, her friend replied, eyes wide. He claimed Jamal's gym is just a front for something shady. Can you believe that? Sarah shook her head in disbelief. It's ridiculous. This place has been nothing but welcoming. Why would he say that? Meanwhile, Jamal was in his office, poring over plans for the upcoming Unity workout event. The thought of Chad's underhanded tactics weighed heavily on him, but he refused to let it deter his mission. He leaned back in his chair, pushing his fingers through his hair, deep in thought. The event was crucial, not just for the gym's reputation, but for the community that had rallied around him. Later that evening, as he prepared to leave, he noticed one of his trainers, Marcus, looking unusually tense. What's up, man? Jamal asked, concern etched on his face. Marcus sighed, glancing around the empty gym. I overheard Chad talking to some of his old clients. He's trying to get them to leave your gym and come back to his. He said you don't know what you're doing, that you're just a kid playing business. Jamal clenched his fists. He's scared, Marcus. This gym is everything I dreamed of, and it's becoming something special because of the community we've built. He can't stand it. Yeah, but what if he succeeds? Some people actually believe him, Marcus replied, his voice tinged with worry. Then we show them what this gym really stands for, Jamal declared, determination shining in his eyes. We're hosting that Unity workout, and we'll invite everyone. It'll be a celebration of our diversity and strength. We'll let the community speak for us. As the day of the Unity workout approached, Jamal worked tirelessly to prepare. He reached out to members of the community, inviting them to share their testimonials during the event. He wanted to highlight the unique stories and experiences that made his gym a beacon of hope and inclusivity. On the day of the event, the gym was alive with energy. Colorful banners adorned the walls, and the sounds of laughter and chatter filled the air. Jamal stood at the front, a smile spreading across his face as he watched people from all walks of life gather. His heart swelled with pride at what he had accomplished. Welcome, everyone, Jamal called out, his voice ringing with enthusiasm. Today, we're not just working out, we're celebrating who we are as a community. Let's show Chad and anyone else who doubts us the strength of our unity. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Jamal felt a surge of hope. As the workouts began, members took turns sharing their stories. A young Latina woman named Rosa spoke about finding acceptance and support in the gym after moving to the area. I was so scared to come here at first, she admitted, her voice trembling slightly. But Jamal and everyone made me feel like I belonged. This is my second home. Next, an older gentleman named Mr. Thompson shared how he had struggled with loneliness after retiring. I found friends here. I found purpose, he said, tears glistening in his eyes. Jamal has created a place where we can all come together. As the event unfolded, local reporters arrived, drawn by the buzz surrounding the Unity workout. Cameras flashed, capturing the laughter, the inclusivity, and the camaraderie that flourished in Jamal's gym. Later, while the event wound down, Jamal caught sight of Chad lurking at the entrance, his expression dark and resentful. Jamal's heart raced, but he held his head high. He knew that today's success was about more than competition. It was about community and resilience. As the media coverage began to pour in, highlighting the powerful stories and the spirit of unity that had emerged, Jamal couldn't help but feel that they had won a significant battle. The attention would not only bolster the gym's reputation, but also shine a light on the true essence of community spirit that Chad had tried to undermine. The Unity workout solidified Jamal's reputation, and as he looked around at the smiling faces of his members, he knew that he was on the right path. The challenges ahead felt less daunting, and he was ready to face whatever came next, fueled by the strength of those who stood beside him. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm orange glow on the exterior of Jamal's gym, a sense of anticipation filled the air. The gym had become a local hub, a place where people of all backgrounds came together to sweat, laugh, and share stories. Jamal had worked tirelessly to foster this inclusive environment, but he knew that shadows still loomed over his success. Just as he was finishing up a session with a group of new members, a familiar face stepped through the doors, a journalist named Lisa, known for her investigative pieces on local businesses. "Hey, Jamal." Lisa greeted him with a friendly smile, her notebook clutched under her arm. "Mind if I ask you a few questions?" "Not at all, Lisa," he replied, wiping sweat from his brow. "What's on your mind?" "I've been hearing some troubling things about Chad and his gym," she said, her expression turning serious. "I want to expose the unethical practices that have been going on. Are you willing to share your experiences?" Jamal hesitated, the memories of his initial rejection flooding back. Yet he knew that this moment could be pivotal, not just for him, but for the community he had worked so hard to build. "I am. It's important that people know the truth." As they sat together on a bench, Jamal recounted the day he had walked into Chad's gym, the dismissive words that had cut deep, and the insidious rumors that had followed him. Lisa listened intently, taking notes and nodding in understanding. "Your story is powerful, Jamal," she said. "It speaks to resilience and the fight for equality in a space where so many feel excluded." Once the interview concluded, Jamal felt a mix of anxiety and hope. He knew that revealing Chad's practices could change everything for his gym, but it also meant opening old wounds. The following morning, as he prepared for the day ahead, Jamal received a notification on his phone. Lisa's article had gone live. He clicked the link, his heart racing as he read the headline. "Local gym owner exposes discrimination and corruption in fitness industry." The article detailed Chad's discriminatory practices, the false narrative he had spun about Jamal, and the community's growing support for the inclusive space Jamal had created. News spread like wildfire. Social media erupted with comments, shares, and messages of solidarity for Jamal. "Finally, someone is standing up to Chad," read one comment. "This gym embodies what fitness should be about," echoed another. The community rallied around Jamal, showing up in droves to support his gym. Members old and new filled the space, their laughter and camaraderie echoing off the walls. Jamal felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. This was what he had envisioned, a place where everyone belonged. Amidst the excitement, however, Chad's reaction was swift and furious. He attempted to deny the allegations and deflect blame, but the momentum was against him. Members began to leave his gym, disillusioned by his unethical behavior. Then came the shocking twist. Just days after the article was published, local authorities announced an investigation into Chad's gym. It turned out he had been embezzling funds, misappropriating money meant for the gym's maintenance to sustain his lavish lifestyle. The news hit hard. Chad was arrested, and the community erupted in cheers, relief washing over them like a cleansing tide. Jamal stood outside his gym, watching as the news broke on television. Reporters gathered, microphones poised to capture his reaction. "Jamal, how do you feel about Chad's arrest?" one asked. "It's a bittersweet moment," Jamal replied, his voice steady. "While I'm relieved that the truth has come out, I wish it hadn't taken such drastic measures. My focus has always been on building a community, a space where everyone feels welcome. This gym represents resilience, unity, and the power of inclusivity." As the cameras flashed, Jamal felt a sense of triumph wash over him. He had faced rejection and prejudice. Yet here he stood, not only as the owner of a thriving gym, but as a symbol of hope for his community. In the end, Jamal's story proved that with passion and perseverance, barriers could be broken, and dreams could turn into reality. The gym flourished, a beacon of light in a world that sometimes dimmed the voices of the marginalized.